Happy Halloween. There's my intro. Was that spooky? It kind of was scary, wasn't it?
I was scared.
Welcome to our show, folks. This is our Halloween edition because Halloween doesn't fall on a Tuesday. That was poor planning on our part way back when we started this thing, wasn't it?
It's our fault.
It's all our fault. But welcome to our show. And I was just thinking, it was a year ago since we had last Halloween. It was a year ago, and I remember my wife Lisa and I doing our podcast, and we did a video podcast on Halloween. So it's been a year, and I think we were just starting to talk about doing this show back then. That is scary. So welcome to the show, and I love my background. It's so creepy. The earpods, I had to, so for those wondering why I've got earpods in, well, you can't wear headphones with the steampunk hat. And yes, I did make this. This was my arts and crafts project way back when, last year, I think. So anyways, welcome to the show. Comedy, Chords, and Chaos, and the C-section, guaranteed to deliver, having stitches, or have you permanently scarred for life. Probably more so the latter. Will probably scar you for life, especially after tonight's show. So, before we get the boys on the show and we do This Week in Music, we're going to do the news. So let's get started, folks.
And now, Comedy, Chords, and Chaos News.
Awesome. Fantastic. So to get things started off here, I would walk 37 miles. I think the song was 500 miles, but this dog walks 37 miles home after owners forget it at a service station and is unrecognizable. Well, it's a white dog, and by the time it got back, it was pretty muddy. Now, after looking at this article, the dog's name, when I tell you the name, you're going to kill yourself. Doo-doo. You know what? If I was a dog and someone named me Doo-doo, I would want to be left at the frickin' gas station. And this reminds me of a story. Someone I went to school with one time had a pet cat. And we're talking high school, maybe 16 years old. And the boy's mother didn't want this cat anymore. So she drove from West Hill to Richmond Hill, tossed the cat out of the car. 6 months later, the cat came back.
6 months.
6 months later. And she took it to the vet and had it put down.
Oh, Jesus. Come on.
I kid you not.
Oh.
That's freaking Halloween for you. Can you believe that? That's just insane.
That's awful. That's awful.
True story.
The poor cat.
This is even more scarier, actually. Non-stop Christmas radio station launches to lift spirits of the nation. Playing Christmas music is not going to lift anyone's spirits. Maybe for the first hour, you're going to get a little cheery and stuff, but when you've heard Silent Night 6 or 7 times, you're ready to just walk around without a mask on, hoping for the best.
The worst.
Yeah, it's we do that though. Toronto does a radio station. Is it CHFI? Don't they play Christmas shit all year, all December? That's pretty bad because you know how I know? My wife listens to it, and I get in the car and you get bombarded, and it's the same things. It's these freaking idiots that just play these songs for money, like Mariah Carey and all these.
There's so much Christmas music out there, but they insist on playing like the only 5-6 artists.
Yeah. You know, the best Christmas songs are those written by atheists.
Yeah.
They are. I tell you right now. Let's go through the list. John Lennon, Happy Christmas, Merry New Year. And the other one is the other one that comes to mind is Bob Geldof. Was probably the greatest Christmas song, Band-Aid. Do They Know It's Christmas? And there's one other one out there, and I can't remember what it is. but there is three that come to mind. This is scary. Builders' mission to prove houses are not haunted as Halloween approaches.
Okay.
like what is it? Oh, creaking floorboards, weird sounds in your pipes. Tradesman Andy Sims has good news if you are worried about ghosts in your home. Like, what's with these guys? I guess maybe he's debunking it. So that's
taking
okay.
the fun out of it, if you ask
But
me.
is he taking money though? Is he taking? That's what bothers me. If he's maybe yeah. Maybe call Andy if there's a squeak in your house. He's probably donating all this money to some charity, and we're bashing the guy. Andy's probably a really nice guy. He looks like a nice guy. This is speaking of houses and haunted. This one, Andy might want to go check this one out. This one is great. Like the safe fell on the head. The guy's got a sword. This is I saw this. I didn't capture the article, but I captured the pictures. The reason this was in the news was because the police had been called to the house a few times, thinking something had gone wrong. I think there's definitely something wrong with the gentleman who lives there.
Oh, boy.
Here's a better shot of the sidewalk if you want one. I like these heads in there too, but good job. Like I don't think that's coming off too easy either. So I think he's gonna have to paint that over. And this is so this I thought was interesting. Woman shares her home with an 80-kilogram pig and treats him like a child. And I started reading this thinking, hey, I weigh 80 kilos. Is it really a pig, or is she just calling her husband a pig? Woman. So this is like my wife could say this. I live with an 80-kilo pig. And I act like a child. I fit the description of the pig. It's terrible.
Does she get a tax break on that?
I don't know. But I don't know. But unusual pet. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Now, this next one, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Couple accidentally given 1,500 pounds, which is a lot more than dollars, bottle of wine after ordering one for 13 pounds. And, I bet they couldn't even tell the difference.
You're probably right.
Like, how do you tell the difference between a 13, let's say dollars first, because we live next to America, and that's the center of the world. $13 bottle of wine to a $1,500 bottle. How would you know the difference? Really, if you're sitting there, because you didn't expect to have the $1,500, you wouldn't even know they should. Yeah. But I bet they pointed it out. This one kind of ties back to the last one, the one before the last, because I thought this was interesting. Dominatrix photograph leading man on leash through busy supermarket. Like, who's wearing the pants in that family? Or shorts. But, she's got a mask on. So she's very responsible. But I can't see. Well, he's got a muzzle on. He's got a gag on, apparently. Like that.
Now, is this a Halloween thing or an everyday thing
I don't
for them?
think so, because it's the 20th and they're out shopping. And really, Halloween, you just go out trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treat. So, yeah. So I don't know what store this was. It said a supermarket. And then I dug into this article. Man, and this is England too. So man asked Tesco if they had a fun time with his ice cream after he opened it. He saw this shape in it. In his eye. Now, I dug further. I wanted to see what it looked like with the lid off, so I did. And now this. But then I got to thinking, first of all, what flavor would it be? It looks a little nutty, and it looks creamy. But this, I've seen this before in ice cream. When the lid's on, and there's an air pocket there, I just think it's a fluke. He thinks obviously someone was doing something with the ice cream, but I don't think it would be Fresco. Maybe Quartha Dairy. Maybe it was Quartha Dairy. I think it was Quartha Dairy. And then topping things off, woman left absolutely mortified after donating the wrong bag to a charity shop.
Oops.
And I'm thinking it might have been the girl with the guy in tow because they apparently it was personal items in the bag that she accidentally left there.
Okay.
So yeah, I got a funny vibe that it was not something she wanted to send to the store. But yeah,
boy.
I think what happened is she donated it. It says here she donated it, and then she donated stuff, and then realized that the other bag that she had with all her stuff in it had gone missing, and she assumed that she had taken it to the charity shop. Wow, trick or treat!
Good job.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is
boy.
the weirdest, wacky, haunted, crazy trick or treat you could ever ask for.
Wow. All right.
Look at this. All of us. Well, I don't have a mask on, but it looks like. Oh yeah, I got my
It's our
Brad
Halloween
Pitt.
show.
So what mask you got on there? Mark's got who is? Oh, that's Oh, that's what's his name? What's Hannibal Lecter?
Hannibal Lecter.
That's the guy,
So,
yes.
And we got a wrestling one in the middle.
Tim's going to show us some wrestling moves tonight.
And,
absolutely.
All right.
So you got a what wrestler is it?
I have no idea. I got a bunch of lucha libre wrestling masks. So.
And as you can tell, I got Brad Pitt mask on. Anyways, moving on. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
And spooky.
Halloween show.
So we were gonna get the I always call it Luigi board. And I don't think it's Italian. I don't think it's I don't think it's
Mario and
Italian.
Luigi board.
I don't think it's Italian. The proper saying is Ouija. Is it Ouija, right?
Ouija
or Ouija? I don't know.
Ouija board.
Ouija board.
Yeah. I remember playing with that as a kid, but yeah, nothing serious. But have you guys got into that before?
When I was a kid, I had one.
Yeah.
I think everybody had one, and
No,
you just
no
pull it
visitors,
towards-
no chats
Yeah.
with anybody here. And kind of disappointing.
Have you ever been to a psychic?
Have I? No. I've
No,
never been
no
to a psychic.
psychics.
Oh.
My dad heard from somebody that went to it. My dad heard of a friend, or maybe it was a family member that went to this psychic. And I think they lived all the way out like near Milton. We lived in Scarborough. And I remember as kids we had to drive all the way out there. And so, yeah, but they decided to go, so they didn't leave us at home. So they put us in the car. We drove all the way, and I remember it was almost a bit eerie because it was raining, and we had to go kind of up this hill to get there. So it was kind of like, yeah, you could play on it. But the thing is, apparently, my dad they asked to see his wedding ring, and he couldn't get the wedding ring off. And apparently, when he went to take it off, it was broken.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Can you break your ring?
And there's no psychic, but his was like gold. But I don't know. I think he may have cut it. I don't know. He played games like that. I don't know. So maybe he snipped it with some pliers, and then it came off. But yeah, I think my parents were convinced that they were going to hear some stuff, and I remember somebody's going to be influential to you who's got white gray hair. Well, or white hair. Well, fuck, I got white. Everyone's gets to the point where they get white hair sooner or later. So vague, but anyways, I remember that. It was an interesting story. So before we dive into more of our Halloween stuff, we are going to do
This week in music.
All right, this week in music. Let's see if I can read with this thing on here. All over the place tonight. Okay, let's see.
What'd you have for dinner?
Yeah. Nice Chianti. Okay, you know what? I got to take this off. Hang on, folks.
Fuck that. Oh, I was going to say that's even scarier.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I can see.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, that's better. All right. This week in music. On October 21st, 1976, Keith Moon played his last show with The Who before he passed away. And he played that show at the end of their North American tour at Maple Leaf Gardens here in Toronto. I never knew that. On September 7th, 1978, Moon died of an overdose of a sedative that had been prescribed to prevent seizures induced by alcohol withdrawal. So don't quit drinking. It'll kill you. Also on October 21st, 1995, Green Day singer Billie Joe Armstrong was arrested and fined $141 after mooning the audience during a gig in Milwaukee. Why, I don't know. Crazy.
Why he mooned them or why he got arrested?
Both. I don't know. Why would he moon them? No idea. Let's see here. 1997, Elton John's Candle in the Wind 97 was declared by the Guinness Book of Records as the biggest selling record of all time, with 31.8 million sales in less than 40 days. That's crazy. I think he re-recorded it or re-released it or something in, was it 97 when Princess Diana died, right? Yeah.
Oh, so the original song, about Norma Jean.
I can't remember.
Yeah, no, Goodbye England Rose. Goodbye England Rose.
Yeah. Whatever.
Seems to me you lived your life with a...
let's see.
I could rewrite
October
that.
22nd in 1966, the Supremes became the first ever female group to have a number 1 album on the U.S. chart with the Supremes A Go-Go, and it knocked the Beatles' Revolver from the top spot in the charts. And let's see, October 22nd, 1969, Led Zeppelin 2 was released, and I'd hold up the record, but I left it over there somewhere and I didn't get it out. Jimmy Page produced the album, which was recorded over 6 months between 4 European and 3 American tours. Crazy busy, these guys. Peaked at number 1 in both the UK and the US, going on to sell over 12 million copies in the US alone. The album is now recognized by writers, music critics, and musicians as one of the greatest and most influential rock albums ever recorded.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Great album.
It's probably my favorite Zeppelin album, Zeppelin 2.
Didn't we have Zeppelin 2 recently in the news? Weren't we talking about it? Because I remember you saying that.
Yeah, on whatever day it had spent so many consecutive weeks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah.
So it's a repeat. Oh, it must be a good album then.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's a killer album.
It's, if anybody is getting into Led Zeppelin, I would say start with Zeppelin 2 if they wanted to just jump on in. Zeppelin
any
2
rock music, any rock. But the first one's great too, though. That's
Yeah,
really
it is.
raw.
It is. The first album is
really
great as
raw.
well.
It's got a different vibe, but I think it's a different vibe, so they don't compete with each other. And you know the funny thing with Led Zeppelin, what was after 4?
Houses of the Holy.
Okay. To me, after Houses of the Holy, I had no interest in Zeppelin after that.
Really?
Nothing.
Physical
None of that
Graffiti?
stuff. The Immigrant Song did nothing for me. To me, it was
That was Zeppelin 3.
Was that 3? No, Immigrant Song?
Yep. That kicks off Zeppelin 3.
I didn't think it did. Maybe I don't have Zeppelin 3.
Are you offended because you're an immigrant?
Yeah, I am. No, the song didn't do much for me, but I couldn't listen to, I've tried listening to Physical Graffiti.
Some of their later albums, In Through the Outdoor, Presence, and that, they have their sort of their epic, 9, 10, 12-minute songs, and it was kind
In
of
Through the Outdoor.
the starting of the disco era. So they started to use a lot more keyboards
but they were great. I loved those. I loved In Through the Outdoor. A lot of people bashed it, but I thought it was a great album.
I think it's a great album. I love it.
Freaking awesome!
I love all their albums. All their stuff. Is
yeah,
great.
I mean, I'm not saying it's crap. I just couldn't. I personally couldn't get into it.
The earlier albums were so
it's an
raw.
incredible album,
so
but
raw and bluesy and ballsy and just
maybe that's it. They went into this. I don't even know how you could categorize the way they went with it, and
Well, they evolved as a band.
That was the kind of the sound that the Tea Party kind of copied, was that stage.
Yes, it was. And then when he started with the violin and all that.
Yeah, I wasn't but I did like the live song Remains the Same album. That's an amazing live album.
That is a good live album. Very good.
Go. So we did the whole Led Zeppelin on one show.
Yeah. That's our Zeppelin show. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Let's see. On October 22nd, 1990, Pearl Jam played their first ever concert when they appeared at the Off-Ramp in Seattle. I've never been to Seattle, never been to the Off-Ramp. I assume it's a club and they weren't just playing on the side of the highway somewhere.
And
but
no one
who the
was
hell
run
knows,
over.
Right?
Exactly,
I do
the
not know.
off-ramp.
October 23rd, 1993, Meatloaf scored his first #1 hit with I'd Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That. Stayed at #1 for 7 weeks and hit #1 in 28 different countries. Wow.
That was his
I
first
personally
#1?
can't stand that song. I do not like it.
I think it's a great song. Now, that was after Bad Out of Hell.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
can't believe Bad Out of Hell didn't pull a #1. Because that was a freaking awesome
that
album.
surprises me too, because that album was huge.
That was amazing. The writing in that and everything about it. He wrote with a guy, right? He wrote with a guy, and I think he ended up doing the other album, the song you mentioned. I will do whatever, but I won't do that.
I won't do that.
Something
Does
like
anybody
that.
know what that is that he won't do?
Oh yeah, that'd be a good question.
Well, what won't he do?
Tim,
get on that.
maybe
Look
get
it up.
married. Maybe that kind of goes back to the other song, right? The remember Paradise by the Dashboard Light, because that was the whole thing. He wouldn't, he didn't want to tell her, I'm not gonna. So it kind of maybe it plays into that.
Maybe. Let's get Meatloaf on and discuss it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on. Oh, this is a fun one. October 24th, 1977. Rolling Stone Keith Richards was fined £205 after admitting having cannabis, Chinese heroin, Mandrix tablets, and a revolver at his Chelsea home in the UK. Good for him. Glad he admitted it.
No Canadian
Later that
marijuana.
evening, what's that?
No Canadian marijuana.
I know, just Chinese heroin. Later that evening, Keith and his girlfriend Anita Pallenberg accidentally set fire to their London hotel room. So they're doing good. That was a good day for the Keith Richards. Unbelievable.
He didn't fall out of a tree.
Didn't fall out of a coconut tree though. October 24th. I just read that. October 24th, 1987. Michael Jackson started a 2-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with Bad. The music video for Bad was directed by Martin Scorsese. I did not know that. And it co-starred a yet undiscovered Wesley Snipes. Who knew?
Huh.
I don't think I've seen that video. I know I've seen Weird Al's.
Weird Al, yeah.
What did he do?
Fat.
Was it Fat? Yeah, I know
Yeah.
I've seen that, but I don't think I've actually seen Michael
Yeah.
Jackson's video. Let's see. In 2004, this week, Queen became the first rock act to receive an official seal of approval in Iran. Western music was still strictly censored in the Islamic Republic, where homosexuality is considered a crime, but an album of Queen's greatest hits was officially released. Well, good for them. They
Now,
broke
isn't
through.
Iran isn't it against the law to be homosexual, but it's okay to be trans?
I don't know.
And I think
No
that's
clue.
what happens. I think, yeah.
We need a research team.
We do. We need a.
I just read what happens.
We need
I
an
don't read what goes
Iranian.
behind it.
We need a Iranian transsexual on the show to straighten all this out. I
There
don't
we
even
go.
know if you can say that.
If there are any out there, let us know.
Well, they're out there. They just under
Well,
the.
if they're watching, let's get them on the show. That'd be interesting. Oh, we have more Rolling Stones news here. On October 25th, 1964, the Stones appeared for the first time on the Ed Sullivan Show in New York City. The crowd was so loud and rowdy that Ed Sullivan announced, "I promise you they will never be back on our show again." I can't do it. But the Rolling Stones would appear 5 more times on the show because they were so popular.
He was old though. He didn't remember stuff.
Yeah, that's probably true. He probably forgot all about it. October 25th, 1968, the double album Electric Ladyland by the Jimi Hendrix Experience was released. Again, I don't have it with me to show you, but it doesn't matter. I don't have what I'm about to read. It was quickly re-released with a different cover, as the original was deemed obscene, showing nude women, and record
Oh,
stores
my
refused
God.
to carry it.
Bastard.
Unbelievable. October 26th, 1958, Bill Haley and the Comets played the first ever rock and roll concert in Germany. Over 7,000 rock and roll fans turned up, and the show ended in a riot. So,
Freaking rock and roll, man. Burn those
that
records.
went well. And
Burn
finally,
those
I have one
records.
more here, and this I think we can discuss after the fact. On October 26th, 1984, I remember reading about this. 19-year-old John D. McCollum killed himself with a .22 caliber handgun after spending the day listening to Ozzy Osbourne records. 1 year later, McCollum's parents took court action against Ozzy and CBS Records, alleging the song Suicide Solution from the album Blizzard of Oz contributed to their son's death. The case was eventually thrown out of court. Discuss.
Great album. Great album.
Great
Awesome
album. Great album. Now,
Great
do
songwriter.
you think
Ozzy's a great
Ozzy
songwriter.
Osbourne's music contributed to his suicide?
No.
Absolutely not.
I agree 100% no.
But didn't they have a whole bunch of?
But if he was watching it, if he was
didn't
watching
Dee
his show, it might have.
Snider and Rob Halford and a whole bunch of them have to go up in front of Congress and.
Well, they had the guy. What was the other
is Mark
band?
frozen?
Iron Maiden. Mark's frozen.
Yeah, Mark's. Either
Now
that or
he's
just,
now he's changed his costume to Frozen.
I'm back.
let it
he changed
go,
it. We're just saying
let
you
it go.
When you said you were going to change your costume to Frozen, I didn't really believe you, but you did it. It's amazing.
For some reason, Skype decided to just quit on me.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Was that the last? Is that the new? Did they get News End then when you went?
That was. Oh my god.
I have an album. Because I got an album.
I have no idea what just happened. What do we
Oh,
got here?
Rocky Horror.
Oh, Rocky Horror.
There we go.
That's a classic.
Check that. Where's the camera? There we go.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's a good Halloween album.
Did you see Jack
this?
Black and Tenacious
this?
D do the Rocky
Jump
to
to the
vote?
left.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's I saw that today on posted a bunch of places on social media.
I
Wow,
gotta play this.
that's cool.
This
Now,
record
I
is
don't know if they
actually
still do. They used to
in
play the
really
Rocky
good
Horror
shape,
well,
considering.
probably not now.
At
but
theaters used to do that. Yeah.
yeah, and you
Yeah.
dress up and you
Dress
go
up.
and you participate
Yeah.
and sing and throw shit. Do all
That was around when I was a
wonder if they still-
teenager. Or no, actually, we were
I
talking
can't-
about this earlier, and when we were doing this because
Oh,
this
Jim,
album.
do you all right?
Oh yeah. I can't see a frickin' thing.
Did you
What's
fall off
happening
your
tonight?
chair?
There we
Did you fall off your chair?
I-
What the?
Wow.
What happened?
I
All I
just
heard
had to
was a-
take the mask off.
All
Couldn't
I
see.
heard was a crash and he disappeared.
I'm trying
wow.
to think when this
Oh,
came out. 1975.
75. Yeah, that sounds right.
1975. Actually, this is an original.
It is or it isn't.
I think it is. This is an
It
original.
is.
This is definitely an original.
Cool.
Yeah, this must be the original, and it's in great shape.
That's pretty cool.
It's no,
It's
where is it? It's epic. It's epic. Look at that at the back. That's pretty good. Pretty good. You
Let's
know
do the
cast?
time
You know
warp
who the
again.
You know who's in it? You know who's in it?
Tim Curry,
And,
Curry.
and he was a female, big female role.
Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The big
Big
female role.
Meatloaf.
Do you know the female role?
What's her name? It's on the tip of my tongue.
The one being felt up there is here.
I can't see that very
I
well.
can't see that.
Susan Sheridan. Is it Susan Sheridan?
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon.
Yeah.
Susan Saran Wrap. That's right. That's how I got to remember it. Saran Wrap.
That's right. It's Susan Saran Wrap.
So, Halloween. So what do you guys have any like really good Halloween stories or experiences? This is it?
Okay, that's enough of that.
Oh my god, that's your experience?
Do I have any
The Mark
Halloween?
Burschapper experience is a little different than Jimi Hendrix experience. No, do you guys any great costumes that you had when you were growing up?
No.
No.
My costumes always sucked.
God, Tim?
No, I don't. Halloween was never a big huge. For some people, it's bigger than Christmas.
Oh
People
yeah,
go
you
nuts.
guys are both
It was
Jehovah
just-
Witnesses. That's right. Anyways, moving on. You guys knock on the doors every other frickin' time, but you don't come around on October the 31st.
Not on Halloween. Oh no.
What happens if October the 31st falls on a Saturday? Does it fall on a Saturday this year?
It does.
It does.
So
It does.
That'd be funny, eh? They used to come knocking. The Jehovah's Witness knocked on my door all the time because the guy loved having discussions with me. Could you imagine coming on September and they knock on the door like on what did I say, October the 31st? That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It's also.
Are you trick or treating?
Just throw some candy
come
at
out with
them.
some candy. Come out with some
Just
candy.
Just let them hand out the watchtower to all the kids that come.
I
up
could
and-
tell you some great stories about that. This one guy, Jerry was his name, and he used to come by before we opened the cafe, and we used to have these like really in-depth discussions for like an hour. And Lisa used to say, "Why do you keep talking to him?" I said, "Because we're both working on a plan here. We're both trying to convince each other." But he I think because I spent the time with him and I respected him, and we would have these discussions. Well, then he started bringing around like the new kid in the group, and I think I was like, "Hey, if you can deal with him, he'll make it." And they used to bring these guys, and I remember one time this guy came around and he got so pissed off with me, he stormed off. He was young guy. He was maybe 30. Young guy stormed off, and I think Jerry was almost apologizing. But I remember when we opened the cafe, he brought a whole bunch of them in, and they had coffees and cakes, and
See,
it was
they
the
were smart.
weirdest
They'd
relationship. The weirdest
always said-
relationship.
Yeah, they'd always send the little old ladies to our house because I'd end up inviting them in for tea and let them go over the watchtower because I couldn't boot them out.
That's along the watchtower. I'd start playing it. I'd start playing, put on the vinyl. Let's sit around. But yeah, good stories. But I remember, so when we were in I think it was grade 9, grade 8 or grade 9, one summer we decided that 4 of us were going to dress up as Kiss. So I was Gene Simmons, and I was going to go all out. So I got the wig, I made the jacket, and I made the boots. So I got a pair. We went to Goodwill in Scarborough. Remember Goodwill? It was on Kingston Road, just near Mance. Mark, you remember the Goodwill shop?
Yes, I do. Across from, it was
Musonic.
across from later on Morningside Mall, right?
Or Musonic, right across from Musonic.
Musonics. Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So
Yeah, that's
so
right.
so I got all the stuff, and I made the boots, and I cut out cardboard scales, and I sewed them on and made all the boots, the scales on the boots. I put the frickin' teeth on the boots, did everything. And the one guy decides the night of, because I guess I think it was grade 9, he was on a football team, and they were having a big Halloween party, and he bailed on us. But he spent the whole freaking summer making his costume, and he bailed on the
Brutal.
near the Silver Dragon. The Silver Dragon. So remember the Silver Dragon?
Silver Dragon.
That was the best
Yeah,
Chinese food, Silver Dragon, I think.
That's long gone now.
Yeah, it's Dragon now. It's something else. Is it? Yeah,
sure
so
what it is.
but it was they were great costumes. We went down to Goodwill and bought all the stuff there, and then I remember later on there was a big Halloween party, and my girlfriend at the time and I went to this party, and her best friend, so the girlfriend was dressed as like an elf. I think she was in an elf costume, and she was a strawberry, and her friend was dressed as an elf.
Elf.
And they
Strawberry.
were both
Yeah,
really
one of the
short.
same.
I was dressed as one of the Bob and Doug McKenzies. I was Bob and Doug McKenzie. I was one of those guys. I had the lumber jacket on, real easy. So anyways,
Nice.
so the other girl was getting off work, and she wanted to go to the party. So I decided to go pick her up. from work, but I never told my girlfriend, her best friend, and I went to get her. So she was like, all of a sudden, she was like, "Where's Mark? Where's Mark?" She's freaking out. Was very, very, very possessive. That's the word we're looking for. And on Halloween. So anyway, so I go get her and bring her back to the party. Well, shit goes crazy. So the two of them get into a big fight across the street in the schoolyard. So you've got this freaking strawberry and there's this little elf freaking going at. And I remember, so that night, so a friend of mine took me, we went to his house and I had my car, and then she showed up at
Which she?
the girlfriend.
Girlfriend? Okay.
She showed up, and so anyways, I had a Javelin, like a 68 Javelin, all fixed up and everything
nice.
like that. And I had the spoke wheels. It was a sweet car, baby blue.
Those.
So I remember, it was the two, and the back seat I took out, and there's no back seat. So anyways, so I said listen, I'm not taking her home. You drive her home. So my friend Simon took her home. Well, they got pulled over by the police, and she was freaking out still in the car. And I don't know if he saw her freaking out. So then the cop said, just get her home. But she threw the freaking like the thing in the front of the car would come out on the Javelin. There was like a dash. She fucking ripped it out, threw it out the window. So anyways, nice. I got it back. But yeah, that was it. And then so then I ended up, my best friend was this other girl's brother. So I was going to go home. I drove by my house, and my girlfriend's car was at my parents' house. So she had gone to talk to my parents about what I had done. So I went and stayed at my friend's house, which was the girl's house. So after she left, she must have went by and saw my car there and figured I was with this girl. Oh, it was a mess. It was a mess. That was a Halloween I'll never forget.
Good times.
Good times. Great times. Great times. Drama. There was lots of drama in that relationship. So there you go. There's a spooky story. But I don't know if I have any more good Halloween stories. Must be some. I don't know. So what do we got? We got some trivia, Halloween.
We got some Halloween facts and fun trivia and all kinds of weird stuff.
Bring it on.
Let's see here. The jack-o'-lantern. I found out where the jack-o'-lantern, the name, comes from.
Oh,
it's kind of a story here. I can read the story. There was a man named Stingy Jack, and he invited the devil to have a drink with him. He convinced the devil to turn himself into a coin, but he pocketed the coin and kept it close to a silver cross in his house, preventing the devil from taking shape again. He promised to let the devil go as long as he would leave Jack alone for 1 year. And if that Jack died, the devil would not claim his soul. I should have a flashlight under my chin for this. There. Let's try this. That's there. Ooh. Okay.
Do it with the phone.
Where are we here?
That's why we got phones now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know where my phone is.
It's over there with the records. It's over there with the albums. Are you sure you're in?
Year.
Are you not doing this from jail, are you?
Oh, come on. I'm trying to read the story here. Where did I leave off? Okay, after a year, Jack tricked the devil again to leave him alone and not claim his soul. When Jack died, God didn't want such a conniving person in heaven, and the devil, true to his word, would not allow him into hell. Uh-oh. So Jack was sent off into the night with only a piece of burning coal to light his path, to walk the earth for all eternity. He placed the coal inside of a carved-out turnip, and it has been roaming the earth ever since.
Now, did you Wikipedia this? Because I don't think it's real.
So people in Ireland and Scotland began creating their own creations of Jack's lanterns out of turnips, beets, and potatoes. The tradition traveled to the United States and people began using pumpkins because they are native to North America, and that's where the name jack-o'-lantern comes from.
Okay, I gotta stop you there. I don't know. I don't know if you've ever fucking cut a turnip in half, but I couldn't imagine carving one out.
No kidding. I felt the same with the
hell?
turnips and the
Beets.
potatoes and the beets.
I guess you had nothing to do back then.
I guess so, but that's the story anyway of the
What
jack-o'-lantern.
it's February the 3rd. What are you doing? I'm just getting my pumpkin ready for October the 31st. That's amazing. Even a beetroot that you need to that's like those guys that carve that paint things on the head of a pin. Like how do you carve out a beet?
I don't know. I have no idea, but I've got some fun facts. We can go through these all night if we want to.
The true jack-o'-lantern is
It's turnips.
turnips.
Yeah, apparently it was
Or
turnips.
turnips.
And they originated in Ireland,
Ireland,
back
yeah.
in the day.
Yeah, wow. That's a good one.
So
I don't
after
believe
the
it
show,
though, but
I'm going to carve my
I
turnips.
think it's the same reason we have Santa Claus and we have religion. It's all down to psychedelics, and definitely there were some psychedelics involved in the people that came up with the frickin' jack-o'-lantern. There's definitely some serious stuff going on there.
It's some magic turnips going on there.
Yeah.
For sure. We were talking about Halloween being on a Saturday this year. This year is also the first Halloween to have a full moon in 19 years. Full moons on Halloween are pretty rare. The last time there was a full moon on October 31st was 2001. Before that, 1995. Sorry, 1955, not 95. The next one won't occur until 2039.
Wow,
So
this is it. This
yes.
could be the end of it. COVID and now a freaking full moon on Halloween.
Crazy, right? And so the 21st century will only see 6 full moons on October 31st. So 2001, 2020, 2039, 2058, 2077, and 2096. If we're all around by then. But
I got to go back to the turnip
I'm
one.
around, but
I got to go back to the turnip one because Wade said true jack-o'-lantern turnips, and he spelt it wrong. So, like when you spell stuff wrong, you go back and you correct it. Turnips.
There we go.
It's still not right. It's turnips.
turnip.
Turnips.
Turnips. Yeah, I'm trying to now I can't even frickin' spell it right. Turnips. It's
Nips.
Just go with beets. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
oh, you need an if you had an N, the U is an I. That's right.
Yeah. Switch the U to an I.
Oh,
We're going to be
yeah.
doing a spelling bee show after this.
we're gonna do it. Yeah.
Jesus.
Wade's gonna. Yeah. Well, we're supposed to be doing. Wade and I had a
Wade's
little.
dishes.
Wade's
What
gonna.
about
We're gonna.
Wade's,
We're gonna be doing
does
Does he
Wade's
have a
dishes
Halloween
coming up.
dish?
He did send me one, but we haven't had enough time to put it together. But Wade thought it. Well, I probably my idea, not Wade's. He wouldn't be this mean. But I suggested that you guys have to cook the meal. You guys have to cook. He gives you the recipe and you cook it.
Recipe?
We cook it and taste
Yeah,
it.
Does
you
he
is-
send it? Does
you
he
is-
send us the ingredients too?
Yeah, everything. He sent everything to me. He sent me everything.
Australia.
He sent.
Yep,
He
exactly.
sent me
Wallaby.
everything. He
Yeah.
sent me. I have everything that you need to do, and yeah, I think so. We were. I was thinking if you both cooked the meal and took a photo of it, but we need to verify it that you guys cooked it somehow. You didn't buy you didn't go to Popeyes and frickin'. I think one was. I think
I don't
one
think
was
he's gonna
like
be doing a
chicken.
fried chicken.
One was chicken and chips and stuff, and I'm thinking, you go make a little bit of coleslaw yourself, and then you throw Popeyes on the plate. No, we gotta. So,
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know. We gotta make sure. I don't know cheating.
Oh, brother.
So we're working on it, Wade. We're working on it because Wade's got a little cooking channel going. I think.
Yeah, walk with weed.
Walk with Wade. walk this Wade. Walk this Wade.
Walk this Wade.
Walk this Wade.
He does more than Chinese, though.
Aerosmith cooking shows. Walk this Wade.
Oh, brother.
Okay.
You want another fun fact? Here's
Yeah.
another fun fact.
Sure.
My COVID headache's coming back, so let's get going.
Uh-oh. Skittles are the top Halloween candy, according to 11 years of sales data
Really?
from candystore.com.
Wow.
I'm not a big fan of
Exciting.
Skittles.
I'm not. Neither am I.
Yeah, they're all right. I like some kinds, but there you go.
And
Interesting.
chocolate is not the same as it used to be, or candy
No.
bars are not the same as
No.
what they used to be.
No.
Like I used to love British chocolate. Even that's nowhere near
No,
what it
that's
used
changed
to
it. It's got small. They keep making it smaller. One of my we
be. But
used to
it's
have.
not even the smaller. It just doesn't taste as
doesn't
good.
taste
as
the
it's-
same.
Well, they're
Yeah.
cutting back, so they're using all these oils now. That's the problem with like a lot of this. Oh, excuse me, heartburn. That's another sign of COVID, or
Heartburn?
Uh,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
oh,
But
okay,
we're
then.
the next
Wait,
show we're
wait.
gonna be doing live COVID tests here, right?
I might go and do it. I might. I don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, is
But-
anyone on the COVID app?
Oh, I should. Yeah, but
Yeah,
nobody
you
told
should.
me I'm
No,
near.
no, I'm-
Oh, I should check right now.
Okay.
For
hold
those
on,
for those
okay.
watching, I was at a motorcycle bike course this weekend, and there was 15 people in my group, and it's the first time I've ever been around that many people. And even though you're supposed to be social distance, things slip,
Okay.
you know.
Mark, do you have difficulty breathing?
I do.
Fatigue?
Oh,
only
yeah,
only
every
for
day.
about 5 minutes in the shower. That's it today.
Cough?
Other than that, I was okay.
Loss
So
of
this
appetite,
is what
muscles
I have to
aching,
deal with.
sore
This is
throat.
I'm afraid I won't be able to support my family, and my wife says it's a man cold. I think man cold. You spell man cold backwards, you get COVID. So don't mess around. I'm gonna look at the. I have that app. Hold on, I gotta. What is it called?
It's a symptom track. Well, there's two different ones. There's a
I had it. Did I?
what's it called?
I have
Canada.
COVID symptoms every friggin' day of my life.
I've had COVID
It's
since
just-
1983.
Never-ending COVID.
I hold on a minute here. Where's this freaking app? I know I
It looks
signed
like-
up for it.
How do you tell that? Here, let me see if I can send that to you.
Well, I had it.
Okay, well,
Wait,
you
wouldn't
guys
be
are
it-
working on that. I'm going to read out another fun
Read
fact.
another one and I'll find it. I'm gonna find out if I've been around anybody. But they gotta have the app too, though. So we're really like it's thin
Or it's
pickings here.
useless, right?
Like like
Okay, keep looking. According to the CBC, anyone over the age of 16 caught trick-or-treating or even just wearing masks in Bathurst, New Brunswick, face up to $200 fines. The city also has a curfew for everyone else, so even those under 16 aren't allowed out after 8 p.m. on Halloween. So Bathurst, New Brunswick is a friggin' party pooper of a city. So. You find it yet?
yeah. I'm just
And?
looking. I gotta go through. Why am I going through all this again? I thought I signed. Oh, you know why? So I got a new phone and I wasn't logged into it.
Ah.
You're all
light
set.
bulb. Okay.
So, to let people know you've been exposed. Oh, no, I haven't been exposed. So, okay. But, so is it going to tell me if. Oh, it's not going to tell me now, though, because hasn't been on, right? So it doesn't
So
know.
you just wasted about 10 minutes of the show's time for nothing.
No, this is. Everyone else is racing now.
Mine asks me to self-evaluate. Do you have that? The symptom tracker.
Oh, I'm afraid to type that in. They might lock me down. What happens? I'm scared of this stuff. How it works. The app runs
Speaking
in
of
the
scared.
background and will not interrupt your activities. Whenever
that's
you're
good
near
news.
somebody else with COVID alert, both phones exchange random codes for 5 minutes. 5 minutes? The random code exchange often and cannot be used to identify you. What is so? But I didn't have it. It wasn't running in the back. Well, maybe it was. Enter your one-time key. Enter the one-time key you got when you were diagnosed. Oh, I don't want to back out of there. Oh my
brother.
God. So yeah, that's it. I don't know. I thought I had all this. It said it's active, but I haven't put anything in. So only if I was around somebody who has it would it go off.
And has the app on and has entered the
Yeah.
information.
Which
notifies,
technically
yeah.
shouldn't even
Basically,
be
it's
there.
useless.
So it is a piece of shit. Because think about it. Think about it. If you've got COVID and you went to the point of filling this out, which is responsible, right? You got to be responsible to fill this out. So what I don't understand is you fill this out and then you punch in there and you tell everyone, "Oh, I got COVID," and then you go stand next to people. Like
For 5 minutes.
for 5 minutes, just to say, wait. I'm gonna just
Hang
fucking
on,
fill it
my
out.
phone's got to talk to your phone because
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna type in here that I got. Oh, you got to get the key. So you got to have the key.
Yeah.
So, but if you put the key,
Master.
technically, okay. So if I, let's say for example, I get tested now. I go and I get tested, and then, they say you've got COVID. Here's the key to your app.
Here's your COVID key.
Covinder.
Lord.
Now you can go on Covinder and you can date other people with COVID. It's like getting herpes. Oh, you got COVID? You can date on here. You can bang other COVID people.
Safe.
It is. It's safe sex. If you both got it, you're doing manhood a very good thing. You're not spreading it. You're sticking
now you're onto
together.
something. Now we got to start working on that app.
We do.
The
What would it
COVID
be
dating
called?
app. Covinder. Right?
I
You
like Covinder.
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 So you met when you in 2020. What's your kid's name? Covinder. Actually, there's a guy with his last name is Corona, spelt with a K, and he named his new kid Jimmy. Well, I mean the kid's whatever name it is. And they said he shouldn't have used his last name. I know, as an article. It's one of the weird news stories. I wasn't going to use it.
What happens when the kid turns 19?
Number
COVID-19.
19. Number 19. So, yeah, we'll get working on that app for all you people that have COVID.
Yeah, and then you want to keep dating, and you can be swiping, and
And
COVID,
then you get
COVID.
the people that don't have COVID that want the really
Pretending.
lonely. Then they want the really lonely one with the COVID for the full experience of what
but
it's
they don't
like.
have the key to enter into Covinder.
Yeah, you need the key. The government.
You need
the
the
government.
key.
Yeah, you need the key, so you can't hack in.
That's right.
You actually so now
All right.
you get COVID and you place an ad. You
So
want on
people
the
are
app?
going to are getting
Come on
COVID
over. Come on
purpose.
over. For $50, I'll give you COVID and you're in. So we can get people in. That's how we're gonna have to start it off, because you can't. Problem is, you're gonna need people at the beginning to get in there,
Well,
and you're
you
gonna
may
need
have
good
COVID, so
and you're gonna
might
need
start
good-looking
this right away.
chicks. You got to get good-looking chicks to get COVID first, because otherwise the whole thing's gonna go south. So we got to
Okay,
go.
well, why don't we start there? Let's find some good-looking girls and get COVID in them, and then we'll get going.
get COVID
Get
in them?
Covinder going.
Get COVID in them. I got COVID in them.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Okay, you're in charge of that.
Okay, all right.
I'll
First,
work
I
on
can
app
find
development.
Oh,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have
Simon
like
works in app
yeah.
development, doesn't he? Or
We
did
could
he?
do shirts. I'll do shirts.
Okay, you do shirts.
Oh,
I'll go put
either
COVID
I'm
in
getting a
women.
freaking headache or this hat is maybe it's this hat. Oh my god.
Holy
you this.
moly! How did we get onto this topic?
Well, I thought
Mark's
I had
headache.
COVID.
Mark's
I
COVID
thought
headache.
I thought I had COVID. I went to the doctors, and he said, "I'm sorry, but it's worse."
No.
He said it's a
It's
man
worse.
cold. It's a man cold.
Got a man cold.
Yeah, it's worse than COVID. Women don't
boy.
understand this.
No soup for you.
No soup for you. You need soup. Yeah, no soup. I won't be getting any soup
No soup for you.
because I have this reminder here all the time now on the screen.
Cold.
It's tough. What else we got, Mark? We got more? We got sidetracked there because
I
we
got
were
a lot more.
we
I
were
got a ton
freaking
of useless information right here.
we were app developing.
Harry Houdini died on Halloween in 1926. The famous magician, illusionist, and entertainer died from appendicitis brought on by 3 punches to the stomach. And if you don't believe that, Del Griffith can confirm that if you watch the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And I don't have a sample of it. I didn't have time. The fear of Halloween is called Samhainophobia, because Samhain goes back thousands of years. The festival of Samhain was a Celtic ritual done, and they used to sacrifice animals and people and all kinds of weird shit that eventually turned into Halloween.
Didn't he come out with a line of underwear after that? Because people were shitting their pants. He figured out if you're afraid of Halloween, you need a pair of Hanes.
And his name was Sam. Sam Haines.
Sam Haines.
According to tradition, if a person wears his or her clothes inside out and walks backwards on Halloween, he or he, whoever, will see a witch at midnight.
Okay, so this ties into the Hanes, because if you wore your Hanes on October the 30th, you had to wear them the next day because it was Halloween. That's when you turn them inside out.
Here's an interesting piece of useless information. Speaking of Samhain, during the celebration of Samhain, bonfires were lit to ensure the sun would return after the coming long, hard winters. The Druid priests would throw bones of cattle into the flames, and hence bonfire became bonfire. Interesting.
I like these things.
You like these?
I do.
If a child is born on Halloween, it is said that they have the ability to talk to spirits. Dun, dun, dun. Let's find somebody who was born on Halloween and get them on here. See if they can talk to spirits.
Yeah. So we'll have to. Well, you'll know, because doesn't Facebook tell you if you got friends and stuff? So you'll see on the 31st. Let's look it up. Who was born?
Tell me if I got friends and stuff. What do you get if you divide the circumference of a jack-o'-lantern by its diameter? Pumpkin pie. Sorry. In Alabama, it's illegal to dress up as a priest or a nun on Halloween. Can't do that. Don't do that. The first known mention of trick-or-treating in print in North America occurred in 1927 in Blackie, Alberta. It's a Canadian thing. Who knew?
Okay.
And let's see. The Guinness World Record for heaviest pumpkin is held by, I can't read this guy's name, so I'm not even going to try. Anyway, he's from Belgium, and his pumpkin weighed 2,624.6 pounds. That is one big-ass pumpkin. And I think that's all I got.
So I'm just thinking here. I'm looking up celebrities born on
Halloween.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Vanilla Ice. He's the guy you need to talk to.
Okay, we'll get Vanilla Ice on the show. Hey, you can perform too.
Yeah. Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson, the director.
I guess so. I don't even know. Didn't he make cigarettes?
He may have. I think it's probably a different guy, though.
Yeah, there's not a lot of guys. You know what? There's not a lot of people born who has a birthday on there. Yeah, there's not a lot of famous people. It's kind of funny how they all avoided that. Yeah. Bud Spencer.
Not too many people can talk to the spirits then. That's too bad.
This is how they fixed this. It's all a conspiracy.
It is.
Oh, I think Willow Smith. Is Willow Smith Will Smith's kid? God, if it's not.
Haven't got a clue.
Right?
I don't think
Willow
so.
Smith?
No, it's isn't his kid Jaden Smith or something?
Didn't he have a girl named Willow?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Oh, Rob Schneider.
Really?
Maybe get him on. He might be more fun than Vanilla Ice.
It probably would be. He'd be here making copies, right? That's the guy, right? Rob Schneider.
Yep.
What shows were he?
It's-
Oh, I know the guy.
he was in pretty much every Adam Sandler. movie.
Yeah, him
Oh
and
yeah, he was his sidekick like all the
Kevin
time.
James.
Kevin
Between him and
James.
Kevin James.
What time is
And
it?
Steve
His,
Buscemi is also in every Adam
yeah,
Sandler
yeah.
movie for some reason. Yeah.
And Rob Schneider's daughter is Elle King.
Really?
Ellie
There's
King?
more useless information.
Hold
Elle
on.
King. Elle King. She sings X's and O's.
Oh, fun fact. His daughter is Elle King. Yeah. I don't know the song.
Yeah, you'd know it to hear it.
Did you guys listen to what's the guy's name? I can never
That guy.
No, you know the problem with this guy's name that I'm going to tell you? When I think of this person's name, I know the name, but then I see the spelling of it and I can never get it right. It throws me off. Kanye
Okay.
West.
Oh.
Kanye, because it's Kanye. So seeing his name and knowing how, so when I think of it, how's his name spelled, I try to look at the spelling in my brain, and my brain's things are kind of, but
Weird.
yeah. But I listened to him on the Joe Rogan
Oh, yeah.
experience, and man, if you want a bit of a freaking eye opener on that guy, go watch that. It's pretty scary.
Well, isn't he the self-claimed best artist of
Everything.
all time or whatever the hell it was?
Yeah, he's
He
gone
was.
off the freaking rails, man. He wants to be president, and he's on the card. You can vote for him this year.
Yep. Yeah.
You can vote for
I know.
him. But he said he guarantees he will win 2024.
Okay.
Guarantees. It's done deal.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. Come back
That's
in
it.
4 years.
So don't, whatever you do, don't vote for him. But apparently 53 million people have already voted in the election down there, which I think is quite a bit, right? That's a lot. There's
Well, compared
Cons-
to what is it, 600 and how many million?
no. There's
No, it's
330
20,
million. But don't
300,
they
yeah, not
usually have
600.
such low polls? So if 50 so far have voted, that's what percentage is that? If we're going to do freaking math,
That's math. I'm not. don't ask me to
20%.
do
That's
that.
20%. 20%. That's 5
Oh,
times.
Tim's pulling out the calculator.
That's
5
it.
times
15%.
15%. So it's not.
Is that an old school
Excuse me.
calculator?
Oh, yeah.
Is it a
Does it have the
Casio?
little tape
It's an
heads out
abacus.
Abacus. A Casio.
there?
Well,
Casio.
Canada's not that much better in terms of voting. So
No. Canada's bad too. Well, problem is so
Well,
many
but-
people. Yeah, so many people can't vote in America.
Well, also, who is there to vote for? I mean, what are your
That's
choices?
true.
Like,
it's
serious.
so weird to have just a two-party system.
You're
Well, there's
so
other.
dead
Well, there's
with
Kanye West. You can vote for him. He doesn't really have a party, but he'll probably have a party. He's an
his own
interesting
party,
guy.
that's
He
for
really
sure.
is. He's out there because he goes on about how he took over Adidas and the Gap and all these companies and how he turned them into huge, big companies. And
Well,
yeah,
they weren't a company before, really.
no,
No.
but it's
Till
amazing.
Kanye came on.
Yeah, savior. Okay,
So I-
folks. What? Oh, you gonna say something?
No, well, I'm.
You got more stuff on the list?
No, I'm done with the list, but I was looking for Kanye West when he was on Saturday Night Live years ago, and I can't remember what happened, but they caught him on video just going absolutely nuts and going on
Yeah.
a rant and rave, and because something wasn't to his liking or something, and I don't know, I can't seem to find it now, but
Have you guys been following this new movie that's coming out? The Borat guy's doing it.
Oh, I already saw it.
yeah, I
I
watched it
saw it
too.
over the weekend.
I
Yeah.
watched it the other day.
Was
Yeah.
it? Is it
It was
good?
okay.
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
it the one with Giuliani? Is that the? Is
Yep.
that the?
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole
Oh yeah,
thing?
that's the one.
Yep.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. Nothing. It's hard to find a good
No
movie.
spoilers here.
Right now. It's hard to find a good movie right now, though.
It's entertaining.
So, what's your go-to on Netflix right now? Is there any go-tos? What are you watching? Any series?
Me and Joe are watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's about it. We watch Kim's Convenience too.
Oh, what's it
He's
called?
gone
about it.
back to
Brooklyn
the
what?
office.
Brooklyn what?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Nine-Nine.
With
Adam Sandberg and Terry Crews. And
there's another show my son told me to watch that's really good about the Seven. Something Seven?
Chicago 7.
Yeah, he said that was good. I think that's a movie.
Actually, Sacha Baron Cohen is in that.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
I'm watching, I'm on season 3 of Modern Family.
Love Modern Family.
Yeah.
Fucking love that show.
Yeah,
it is so Phil is Phil is the guy. Have you gotten to Phil's philosophy yet, or whatever?
It's well done. I'm finding it's getting a bit repetitive now because I'm watching it. We're watching it like you would put it on and let it run, and I'm doing stuff, but it's on. But yeah, there's there's a little bit of a what's the word? When they not cookie cutter, but there's a formula. You start seeing the formula of the show when you watch it like that, which, remember those shows you used to watch every week and then you've been I remember that was with Criminal Minds and certain shows like that. I was like, oh my God, change it. Just once change it. Like, switch it up. But
they have their formula, but it seems to work. I mean,
but it's still their formula.
There's some right? funny stuff on there.
If you got good characters, and
I like how they started off. The way they introduced the show is good because they throw just some wacky thing in and then they go back.
Yeah,
it's good.
And they get away with a lot of stuff on that show that other shows probably.
Is it still going?
No, finished last year.
I think they ended it.
Oh, it just finished. Oh, so it'll be interesting as I get closer in the season if I notice it changing. Like if I notice it's changing from the beginning now that I'm binge watching it, like it does soften up because there's some hard shit in there. There's some.
There's some pretty iffy stuff
which I have no problem with, but I know.
No, I don't have a problem with it either. I'm surprised.
I know all the people on my Facebook page do. All the people on my Facebook page do, but I don't have a problem with it. Oh, my God. I got to get this freaking hat off. It's either this hat or I have COVID for sure because my head's starting to freaking hurt. I need a
go drink some water.
I'm going to take a Neocitrin. And
Neo-COVID. All right. Go take your Neo-COVID.
I tell you what, if I was one of those guys who had a shitty job, I'd be fucking going out trying to get it.
Well, all you have to do is say you have minor symptoms.
Exactly. Yeah, you just have to say that.
Start coughing, and there you go.
Yeah, just coughing. And I'm the kind of guy. See, I'm the kind of person that will say, "No, everything's okay, and then I don't, and then I finally get it, like, because I didn't. I'm like, yeah. Oh my God. Anyways,
good times.
Neocitrin time. Okay,
all
folks.
Right.
All right,
Are you guys carving pumpkins?
Already did.
No.
Me and Joseph did our carving on the weekend.
Tim, you said that like you're not allowed.
No, I don't know. I don't know whether people are doing it.
Kelly won't let Tim do it because he has to use a sharp knife and he cuts himself. They have to go to a COVID hospital. Not doing anything dangerous while COVID's going on.
Little kindergarten scissors.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fuck, I'm going to get the jigsaw out and I'm going to use a turnip. That's what I'm going to do.
Turnips and beets.
I'm going to get some beets and turnips. Fuck that. No more pumpkins for me.
Screw the pumpkins.
Oh, it's crazy. Honey, go get me a big turnip down at Frisco.
Biggest one you can find.
Wasn't there a song, Turnips? Or is that potatoes? Bud the Spud. Anyways, we better let's get out of here. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for joining us on our Halloween. And next week, are you guys, are the kids going out, though? Are the kids going out for Halloween?
I have no idea yet.
You guys haven't talked about this?
Happening.
You guys haven't planned it out? The kids want to go?
I don't know.
Are they just like, can't be bothered, maybe?
Well, Joseph's getting to the age where he's kind of, getting too old for it, but he still wants the candy.
The candy.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're just like, go get me the candy I like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You might as well, it's just as easy to just order it on Amazon.
Well, no, you just wait until November 1st, and then you go wherever and you get it for half price or cheaper.
Well, even now they're dropping the price huge.
Well,
I guess they bought so much, and
no, people aren't
Just
shelling
order it
out.
on Prime, Amazon, and make sure it all comes on the 31st.
Okay, I'll do that.
Just have the kids wait outside. Candy shows up.
That's your trick or treating. The Amazon truck is here.
There must be a way to do this. There must be a business.
that could be the trick part. They just chase the Amazon driver.
That's it. It's like the ice cream truck, but
Yeah,
it's
so they get their treat and they get to just
You
go
know,
lick him, go lick his elbows.
The
or
ice cream
something.
truck was coming around in COVID, and I thought that was kind of strange.
ice cream truck is what?
We had the ice cream truck in our neighborhood through the summer in COVID.
Yes, it was around here too.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah, a
But-
COVID cone.
It's an ice cream truck,
No, just throw the candy at the kids, right, when they come by. Open
like a
up your
gun,
sack. Just
like one of
chuck it
those
in.
like Nerf
Get
guns,
the
but
Nerf gun, fill it up.
yeah, like a
Candy out.
paintball gun with Skittles in it, because that's the favorite.
Skittles is the favorite.
Pew!
Start
Imagine
pelting
freaking getting
Skittles.
pegged off with and it would leave like a different color mark. Pew! All right, folks. Thank you so much. We better go before we get banned from Facebook forever.
That's a shame.
Happy Halloween!